Underdevelopment, crime, poverty, hunger. Words pinned so hard on a country fallen deep in a never-ending hole of debt. A third world country in the middle of the Caribbean known for its economic struggles, Haiti. But how did Haiti end up this way?
In 1492, a Spanish explorer named Christopher Columbus sighted an island and named it La Isla Española, or the Spanish Island. It was known for its gold mines, leading thousands of slaves to be imported and forced to do labor. In the late 1690s, the gold mines were exhausted and the island was given to the French. The island was renamed Saint-Domingue and was repurposed for sugar plantations. As the sugar demand grew, so did African slave imports, making slaves the majority population. Following the Columbian Exchange was the Enlightenment, a period of time focusing on societal progress, reason, skepticism, natural rights, and development about our knowledge of nature and science. Ideas spread across the world, influencing revolutions such as the French, American, and Haitian Revolution.
While the French were advocating for the natural rights of all, they failed to uphold the responsibility to give rights to the slaves, prioritizing economics over equality. As a result, Haitians asserted their right to liberty and independence with the responsibility to complete the mission of prioritizing equality over economics.
France emphasized the responsibility to expand their economy, unconcerned about the well-being of the Haitians. With the buying and selling of enslaved people, as well as taxes on the sugar and coffee productions, Saint-Domingue generated 50% of France's taxes. In the Office of the Historian, a modern historical overview for the Department of State, quote, Saint-Domingue's slave-based sugar and coffee industries have been fast-growing and successful, and by the 1760s it had become the most profitable colony in the Americas. With the economic growth, however, came increasing exploitation of the African slaves who made up the overwhelming majority of the population. End quote. As a colony of France, France held the responsibility to care for the well-being of the Haitians. However, as Saint-Domingue's profits grew France's economy at a rapid rate, so did France's obsessive fixation with economic growth, causing them to overlook their responsibility of supporting the Haitians.
The Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen was published during the French Revolution, describing natural rights that every man should have. As news and opinions about the document reached the island of Saint-Domingue, uneasiness spread around the slaves, for if such a declaration was truly for all men, such human and natural rights should apply to the enslaved as well. This caused an uproar among the slaves. During the night of August 22, 1791, the slaves launched the revolt in the north of Saint-Domingue, taking prisoners and killing their owners with guns, torches, and makeshift weapons. Just like that, the Haitian Revolution was born.
Taken aback by the slave revolt, many French colonists were concerned about the increasing power of the slaves. In 1801, a French politician and former Jacobin named Leger Félicité Sonthonax was sent to Saint-Domingue as a part of the First Civil Commission. Their mission was to ensure free men had equal rights regardless of color. He was first against the abolition of slavery to gain the favor of the white colonists. However, he later believed that civil rights should be granted to the Africans to gain support against the British and maintain order in the midst of a revolution. Using this, he planned to gain their trust by freeing the slaves in the north, hoping to retain his power.
Maximilien Robespierre, a radical Jacobin leader during the French Revolution, spoke about the ideas of liberty in a speech during the year 1794. He said, quote, "What is the end towards which we are aiming? The peaceable enjoyment of liberty and equity, the reign of that eternal justice whose laws have been graven not on marble and stone, but in the hearts of all men, even the slave who forgets them and the tyrant who denies them." End quote. The French denied the Haitians their right to equality, ultimately claiming that they were less than their European brothers. The French demonstrated their hypocrisy through the promotion of equal rights for all, while the slaves under French rule were denied all such rights. Although some French supported the abolition of slavery, it was only for their own gains.
Toussaint Louverture was one of the first Haitian leaders who initiated the Haitian Revolution. In 1802, Louverture was captured by the French and faced discrimination. Earlier, in July 1801, Louverture wrote the Constitution of Haiti. In it, he described the rights of the Haitians. Haitians would finally receive their natural rights of liberty, life, and property through these Constitution articles, enabling them to take their lives into their own hands. Haitians claimed they were the same as the French, worthy of the rights the French thought to be less crucial than the economy. However, once this constitution reached Napoleon Bonaparte, the French emperor at the time, he rejected it, viewing it as a threat to France. He went as far as sending his brother, Charles Victor Emmanuel Leclerc, to strengthen France's control, making the Haitians believe that the only way to gain rights was through independence. Without it, they would endlessly face the cycle of enslavement and injustice.
During the Haitian Revolution, many leaders emerged. One particular leader was Jean-Jacques Dessalines, a lieutenant of Toussaint Louverture during the Haitian Revolution. Later, Dessalines and the rest of the generals who signed the document went on to write the Haitian Declaration of Independence, calling for the people of Haiti to, quote, remember their lives of enslavement and never to allow anyone to enslave them again, end quote. He exclaimed this, encouraging the Haitians to take a stand, for the right to not be enslaved fueled his motivation throughout the revolution.
In the Haitian Revolution, the Haitians advocated their need for liberty, expressing their responsibility to fight for independence. In the Haitian Declaration of Independence, Dessalines states, quote, we must, with one last act of national authority, forever assure the empire of liberty in the country of our birth. In the end, we must live independently or die. End quote. He believed that dying in the act of fighting for their liberty was better than doing nothing and dying as a slave knowing he could have done something for future generations. He stated the responsibility to fight for their liberty, breaking away from France's emphasis on economy and gaining independence in order to escape the heavy labor forced upon them.
Haitians adopted their responsibility to terminate French rule fueled by the injustices forced upon them by enslavement. Nearing the end of the revolution, in the Haitian Declaration of Independence, Dessalines stated, quote, let them tremble when they approach our coast, if not from the memory of those cruelties they perpetrated here, then from the terrible resolution that we will have made to put to death anyone born French whose profane foot soils the land of liberty, end quote. Dessalines declared the true responsibility they hold to wreak vengeance on those who have wronged them. In order to gain their freedom, they must protect their land and people and put an end to France's rule over Saint-Domingue. As long as the French ruled over them, they couldn't ever guarantee freedom due to France's economic prioritization.
The Haitian Revolution was a significant event for Haiti as well as France. So how did foreign countries respond to such an impactful revolt? Similarly to Saint-Domingue, the U.S. utilized slaves for it greatly benefited their economy. With so much importance and emphasis on the slave industry, the U.S. found the slave revolt concerning. Thomas Jefferson, the U.S. president at the time, faced a true political predicament. He supported the ideals of the French Revolution, but feared the outcome of a slave revolt in the U.S. Overcome by the possibility of such an outcome, Jefferson ultimately cut off aid to Louverture and the slaves, isolating Haiti in a new policy. According to the Office of the Historian, despite France's recognition of Haiti's sovereignty, Jefferson refused to recognize Haitian independence until 1862. Regardless of the backlash against the Haitian Revolution, the U.S. benefited by its results immensely. When the Haitian Revolution succeeded and France lost Saint-Domingue, Napoleon was forced to sell Louisiana to the U.S. The U.S. doubled in size, increasing their importance and expanding slavery within their economy.
The state of nature has a law of nature to govern it, which obliges everyone, and reason, which is that law teaches all mankind who will but consult it, that being all equal and independent, no one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possessions.
The right to life, health, and liberty are the fundamental rights that the Haitians knew they deserved, and they took responsibility to fight for it. They stood up for the injustices placed upon them by the French, moving away from France's economic centralization. As a result of their powerful desire to be free, the Haitian Revolution was the one and only slave revolution in history to succeed, gaining independence.
However, the success and an independence they desired came at a cost for the country as a whole. In 1804, France allowed the Haitians to become independent under the condition of fully paying back France around $21 billion. This would include the money France needed for reparations to cover the costs they spent because of the Haitian Revolution. In exchange of independence for a debt so deep, it sent Haiti into high poverty and extreme underdevelopment. Unfortunately, the harsh reality is that Haiti is one of the poorest countries in the modern world, and it was all a consequence of taking responsibility to fight for their rights, achieving the seemingly impossible.